Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Ryan Maycock. He is now 7 wins, 3 defeats, back out fighting Thomas Galbraith on the 9th of December at Brentwood Centre. And before we get into that fight, you fought Jack Martin back in June. Unfortunately, you got stopped in the 8th round, but up until that stoppage, I had you up on the card and you were boxing well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Jack, but I feel like the fight was stopped early, very early. I boxed his head off for 7, 8 rounds. I mean, you could arguably maybe have given him the first, if not a draw, but then I think I had every single round from there. He keeps saying I kept catching him with the same uppercut reverse every time he threw that jab. I just ping it out and it caught him. I don't think he really hit me at all up until that last round. I got tired. The weight cut kind of started to show then. And he is relentless, so I'll give him that. He caught me, but I wasn't hurt. I was tired, and I knew I had 10 seconds left of the round, and I was bobbing and weaving on the ropes like this. And then the ref cut in. I didn't go down. I was making him miss at the time, and then the ref jumps in and stops the fight, and I was in shock. Like I couldn't believe that he'd stopped it. I didn't
Well,
really know what was.
he tagged you with, I think it was either a left hook or a right hook. And then after, even though he was throwing shots, you were bobbing, weaving, and he didn't land. And then the ref just went in and did that.
It is. It's a bit of a sore subject for me. I feel like I was robbed a little bit of that. I mean, the ref came in before the fight and said, "Look, I'll give you guys the best opportunity possible to win it. Standing 8 count, or I'll give you the time you need. I'll assess the situation." He just jumped in, and I just made Jack miss 3 or 4 shots. I was hitting him every single round consistently. The next day, my knuckles were black and blue from hitting him. So to get, I just feel a bit disheartened and a bit robbed, and I would really like a rematch. But I think that all depends on what happens to Jack on the night on the 9th anyway. Whether or not he would take a rematch with me anyway, I don't know, because I think he knows I've sort of got his number marked. I didn't find him difficult at all. He's not particularly fast. He doesn't have that much power. He's just relentless, and
Got a good engine.
he's got a great engine. Yeah, that's what he's got. And I'm not knocking him. He's a lovely lad, and he did what he needed to do at the time. I just feel like it's a sore subject for me. I feel like I was let down by the ref, and my night was cut short, and my dream of winning the Southern Area was taken away from me.
How hard
If
was it to take that defeat?
It was, mate. It was very hard. It was, when you train. I missed out on a lot, like a lot of the other lads, because timing, because of COVID, because of injuries I've had in the past, and I'm getting on a bit now, as everyone knows. So like winning the top tier tournament in March and then fighting for this, it would have sort of like leaped me and put me back to where I needed to be quite quickly. And it's a big setback. So, but I'm not giving up. I've been training really hard. Thomas called me out. I think he thought I was going to win, and I should have won really. So I'm going to smash Thomas up, and then hopefully that will put me in good stead for maybe another opportunity.
And of course, Thomas is 3-0. He hasn't had, even though it is a 4 rounder, he hasn't had the experience when he's gone to the trenches. Do you think your experience, even though it's only 4 rounds, that it will play into your hands? Experience.
100%. I'm tricky at the best of times. He's picked a bad time to call me out. I'm angry because of what happened to me in June, and I'm going to take it out on him, unfortunately.
Of course, you had the whole media day for it. Of course, your little head to head, and there's been a little bit of back and forth on Instagram. Is there a bit of needle going into this fight?
Uh, it was started off as a bit of banter, and it still is a bit of banter. I've quietened off on the social media just because I don't want to scare him off. I actually genuinely am waiting for him to pull out of this fight. And I think he will. I mean, if he shows up on the night and fight, he's losing. Um, and I think deep down inside him, he knows that he's messed up here, and his mouth has written a check he can't afford to pay. Fair play to him if he shows up, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the whole media day, he got in a bit of an altercation with Angelo Antonio. In a way, of course, he's there saying, "Oh, I'll fight you next," to Angelo. Do you think he's looking past you?
Nah, I just think he's trying to make as much fuss around him as possible, and people like it. And I would have a lot more respect for it if he'd beaten anyone any good. But you know, he's fought what 3 fights. They've been journeyman. He didn't stop any of them. You know, he hasn't looked amazing. So he's got nothing really to back that up with yet. So I suppose maybe that's why he wants to fight me. So he's got something to back up all this mouth that he's got. But we'll see on the night. I'm just going to work on being the best and most aggressive version of myself. And my plan is to stop him. I'm not gonna dance around the ring and try and box. I'm gonna hurt him.
As you said, in the face-to-face, you'll snap him like a Kit Kat. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Is there a certain round where you think you'll knock him out, or just you're just saying you're going to knock him out? And of course, do you think
I'm not going to pick a round, but I'm going to tear into his body, and his hands will drop, and when they do, I'll take his head off.
And of course, it is a 4-rounder. Do you think that, of course, that tournament, even though you said it don't, it sort of fell into your sort of style, those 3 rounds?
Well, 4 round suits me. Yeah, because I'm awkward, because I'm a southpaw, it takes people a couple of rounds to figure out what the fuck's going on. Sorry, excuse my French.
That's all right.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to figure me out, if they can figure me out, because I'm so unorthodox. That comes from my kickboxing background. I like to be low. I like to have my hands low, but I'm a lot quicker than I look, and people think that. I think people look at me and think, "Oh, I'm sloppy or it's not tidy," but it's really difficult to fight against. I've sparred
you hit them with the clean shot and you move and you're slick.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's always been my style, is to be sort of unorthodox, aggressive, and throw shots from awkward positions. And I think you can tell that when you see me fight. I stand a little bit wider than most people. I'm not. Yes, I had an amateur boxing career, but I kickboxed a lot more than I boxed, and that's my style.
So do you believe you're a step too far for Thomas Galbraith?
100 at this moment, yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, he's going off the back of his amateur career, but amateur boxing, it's not like for like. It's a different sport. You know, it's not tap 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 point score. I'm going to be sitting low. I'm going to be swinging to take his guts out, and I don't think he's going to like it.
And of course, you're back on the Top Tier show. Of course, now I think they're getting their show. Johnny said that it's on Sky. How does that feel? Like,
yeah,
now
that'd be great.
Going to be on Sky.
A big love to Johnny Clark. He deserves everything he gets. He's a grafter. He's a lovely man. He looks after all the fighters. He's had a dream and he's worked towards it, and it's happening for him. And I've always said good things happen to good people, and he's definitely good people. So he's never let me down. I've never seen him let anybody down. He sticks to his word. Yeah, it's great news for all the fighters coming up that are going to fight for him. I think his phone is constantly ringing because people want to get on these shows now. So yeah, it's awesome news. I'm really happy for him, and obviously I'm happy for myself to be on him.
Mm-hmm. Is there any nerves fighting? As you know, you're going to be on Sky Sports. Is there a little bit of nerves?
Not at all, mate. it doesn't really bother me, to be honest with you. It won't change what happens in the ring, put it that way.
And for fans who want to come and support you December 9th, how can they get tickets and can they contact you?
They can contact me on Instagram. You'll put my my Instagram on here below. Just DM me and I'll sort you out with some tickets. Or pop into W6 Gym in Chiswick. I'm always there. That's my gym. Hit me up.
And do you think the winner of this fight will want like a Southern Area title shot, or would you say the winner of the Jack Martin fight, or just full focus on Galbraith on the 9th?
I'll get rid of Galbraith, and then I want a Southern Area. I think I deserve it. That fight got stopped early. I wasn't hurt, and I'm coming back for that belt.
And before I let you go, do you want to thank whether that's trainer, manager, sponsors, anybody?
Ringside, Dennis Maycock, my dad, my coach, my mentor, Charles Oliver, Johnny Clark, top tier. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. And stay tuned, 9th of December. I'm going to smash up Thomas. Snap him like a Kit Kat. Boom.
Thank you for your time, mate. And I hope to see you there, mate.
Cheers, bro. Catch you later.
Thank you, mate. Bye.